Hello there, welcome to my channel. So today I'm reviewing the No Meat Company. I just reviewed a steak from them that was absolutely amazing. It was made with mushrooms, and like my roommate went back to Walmart to buy more. The other day he was in Walmart and he surprised me. He's like, look what I got. I was like, you only got one? He's like, well, let's try it first, because what if we don't like it? So nice of him to do that. It's the No Meat Company plant-based no bull Bolognese. I cannot pronounce that pasta. Pasta with vegan bolognese sauce. Now, this is distributed by TLKC of New York. But if I remember right, I think this company is from the UK. I could be wrong, but I hope that they're not in the UK and they're in America and they keep like putting stuff out if this is as good as the steak, because the steak like blew me away. Like, it was absolutely, like, I put it in the air fryer. Oh, it's meaty. You gotta check out the review for that. You just have to. So right away when I opened it up, there was like a lot of meat on top, like tons of meat. I'm like, and it's extremely heavy. I hope you didn't pay a lot of money for it, but that's loud. Okay, so ASMR today, right? And I'm doctoring up. I got some vegan cheese. I got my homemade vegan cheese. I got my special spices. And I also have vegan brie cheese, which I reviewed the other day, that I'm also going to put on here if it needs it. And also fresh basil, because I've said it before on this channel. I don't mind dry herbs, but when it comes to basil, I want it to be fresh. But yeah, I'm also going to try to leave a link below the video to this. This is vegan brie. So, we'll just start, shall we? Smells really good. Like, really good. Like wine or something. What really impressed me was how heavy it was and how much meat was on top. But then when I smelled it in the microwave and I stirred it, I'm like, oh my, I wanted to try it so bad, but I haven't yet. It smells divine. If you're new to my channel, I don't lie. I don't say that to everything. And yeah, the people that have been following me, they know I'm blunt. If I don't like something, I'll tell you about it. That's nasty. I can actually see little carrots, it looks like, in here. Should we try the meat? I'll just try the meat first. It's chewy. All right, that's really good. A ton of flavor, but it's not overpowering. It's not too salty. It's really rich, tomatoey. I can taste the wine. And then as the sauce dissipates, you're left with this, fake meat crumble. But it doesn't have a bad off taste. Sometimes, like, protein-based, vegan meat or whatever has like an off taste. This doesn't have an off taste at all. And with the pasta, I've never had this pasta before, but I think it works really well with this dish. It's very hearty. Very hearty. That is really close to meat. I've only had a few bolognese in my life. I haven't had a lot. I do like bolognese, the little bit that I've had. There's another bolognese. There's a mushroom bolognese that I got at H-E-B, which is a grocery store here in Texas. And it's in a jar. It's imported from Italy. It's similar to that, but I think this is even better. And that's imported from Italy. It's made with mushrooms. This is really good. Where is my pepper? Did I forget my pepper? It actually needs a little bit of salt. Let me see the sodium content, which is a good thing because you can't take salt out. You can always add it in. 860 milligrams, 37%. Maybe I shouldn't go back in the house and add more salt. Should I read the ingredients, or can you see that? I hate. Some people say it's boring for me to read the ingredients. I'm about ready to do a mukbang here, so stay tuned. It does have red wine. It has a lot of good ingredients, though. It's the pasta, rehydrated soy protein, natural flavors. Then there's carrots, red wine, dried tomatoes, sugar, I wonder where this is made. Like I said, the steak, I believe, was made in the UK, I think. I always have fresh basil. I have an arrow garden, and I'll leave a link below the video where you can get that. Basically, you can grow your herbs in water, and it has a light and everything. It's really awesome. Like, I love my arrow garden. I'll try to leave a link below the video on that. So I put some basil. I should have added more, but I don't feel like going back in the house because even though I'm in Texas and Texas is normally hot, like, it's really cold today. Like, really cold. You know what? I'll just use the rest of this little brie cheese. It's not a... There's not much left. So how are y'all doing today? Did y'all have a good Christmas? Because I had an awesome Christmas. My roommate got me this unboxing box thing that, like, has different food in it. They send it, like, every month, which I might review. But some of it is not plant-based, so I don't know how that's going to work out. And then I got him cologne. This brie cheese is amazing. Where's the box? You gotta check out the review for that. I'll leave a link below the video for that too. It's completely vegan, of course. So, let's taste it with the brie cheese, shall we? Bon appetit. Get out of here. Okay, first of all, without the special toppings, I give this a solid 9. A solid 9. I want to give it a 10, but what if I taste something different? Better. You add that brie cheese to this, it's like a 20. That is absolutely amazing. I wish I wouldn't have ate it all because I only had a little piece left. I always add red pepper to, like, pizza and Italian food. I don't know if I should add fennel because it makes it like a sausage, and there's already like a sausage kind of meaty taste in here, but it didn't hurt, right? Then I also have my homemade vegan cheese. I'll leave a link below the video on this. It's in this, I've said this before, it's in this container, but that's not it. I dumped this out. I don't like this brand, and I recycled the container and made my own vegan cheese. It has nutritional yeast and all kinds of good stuff. So let's taste that. Because sometimes my nutritional yeast, vegan cheese, almond, onion, garlic thingy, whatever I put in it, doesn't work well with certain foods. Let's try it. That fennel goes really good in here. I like my vegan cheese, but this dish, it tastes okay, but it's not my favorite. Vegan Parmesan bought from the store. So what am I going to talk about? A lot's been going on in my life. I'm seeing a new therapist. I just saw him today, by the way, online, like before I came on here. Not crazy about his bedside manner. Doesn't seem very compassionate. He literally told me, he was just like, well, I've had patients that have been do way worse than you. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? And then he was like, the question is there people that have been through worse than you and are stronger now than they were before? And I'm like, I don't think of all the stuff that I've lost in my life and all the trauma, I don't think it's made me a stronger person. I think it's made me a stronger person by like that much and maybe certain things in my life. But then it tore me down in other ways and made me like weak, not strong. But perspective is everything, right? Or it's a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with him. I like female therapists better, but I live in a small town. And with my insurance and knowing that I live in this little tiny town here in Texas, you're not going to find a lot of therapists that accept my insurance. All right, definitely the store-bought vegan cheese is better than mine in this dish. I have never been to Italy. And I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Low income, so I can't afford fancy restaurants. But, wow. I really felt like I'm like in Italy right now. You got a vegan restaurant that's very expensive and well known and has good quality products. Or someone accidentally put meat in here. Because this is like really rich. Put a lot of cheese on here. So yeah, that's going on in my life. Man, I hope they have these at Walmart. I hope he can go back and get some more for me. Because this is, wow. Look at that. It's a little more hotter. It's starting to get cold because it's cold outside, but I just reviewed a frozen meal like earlier today. I couldn't even eat it all. It was so nasty. It was so gross. Tattooed chef. I'm not even saying the name of the bowl. You know what I have found? This is what I have found. This vegan cheese right here, which is absolutely amazing, is made in Canada, not in America. This company, the steak, I believe it's made in the UK. Can't say for this one, but this company makes the vegan steak, also not made in America. I've never been to Canada. I've never been to the UK. But I've talked to people and I've done some research. And when it comes to vegan products, and from what I understand, I could be wrong, overall, the products in other countries like the UK and Canada and Israel are better than America. I just don't think America is really fly on vegan yet. They're getting there, but so good. I just wish I had a little salt. A little bit warmer. Other than that, it's perfect. I want to go to Israel one day because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but they have like tons and tons of vegan restaurants. Like, and you know, when you have a lot of vegan restaurants, there's a lot of competition, so you know they're gonna, you know, do their best. And a lot of times, you know, people's like, oh, vegan food's not good. A lot of vegan food's not good. It's not. Because there's not much competition, and people don't know what they're doing. I know I don't. I mean, I try to make vegan food. Look at my cheese. I mean, here I am using the one from the store. But I was lucky to go to Bali with my roommate. Let me tell you what happened. We got on a flight. Let me just tell you the whole story, shall I? I signed up for a credit card. I got a bonus. And then somehow they gave me an extra bonus because I was already with them or something. So anyway, I used that to get a business class, because first class was too expensive. A business class ticket from here to China. And that flew regular from China to the Philippines because that's where my roommate is from. And so, I can't get over how good this is. I just want to savor it. It's so good. Anyway, so I got that really, really cheap, and it was business class, and it was China Air. I think it was China Air. And it was really cheap. We got a discount. And I got to lay down because I have really bad pain problems in my neck and back. I'm on pain meds. I see a pain doctor for it. And so, got it really cheap. That was awesome. And then from China to the Philippines, we just flew like a regular, you know, whatever. Because I don't need luxury when I fly. I'm not a very luxury type person. It would be nice, but it was all about, can I really sustain to go on a long trip and not being able to lay down with my back problems and my neck problems? Because I'm in a lot of pain. And so we got to the Philippines because he wanted to see his family, but I've always wanted to go to Bali. It's a very expensive trip. By the time we did it all, it was pretty expensive. I didn't buy any souvenirs. I think I bought like 3 or 4 t-shirts in Bali. But anyway, so we went to the Philippines, visited his family and whatnot. And then we went from there to Bali. When I was in Bali, we went to a restaurant called Kimsit, and I also think they have a location in California. It's a vegetarian restaurant. It's not a vegan restaurant. They have vegan and vegetarian food there. Let me tell you something. That is like the best food I've ever had. They had these skewers, and it was it was in Ubud in Bali, in case you want to go there. But they had veggie skewers that was grilled, just veggies, and they had the chicken ones. Not the chicken ones, I'm sorry, mushroom that's supposed to taste like chicken. And the mushroom was, I always forget that. My roommate has to remind me. It's a mushroom that you just can't get at a regular grocery store. I think it was oyster mushrooms or something. But it had so much flavor, and it was grilled, and it was so amazing. And my roommate has had something from the Philippines that is similar to that. I don't remember. It's a meat. And I think it's like, I don't even know what it is. I forgot what he told me. But he was like, it really tastes like that. Like, this tastes like meat to me. I was like, I know it tastes like chicken to me. That was just so amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. Like, 20 out of 10. Like, I can't give it a 10. It's way beyond that. And then we went back, and I had an appetizer, and it was mushrooms with this, like, I don't know, it's a wine and garlic. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And then he had, what did he have? I think it was a sandwich made with seitan. Because the reason I'm talking about this is because I'm saying other countries can do vegan food better. But there's like, we stayed in Ubud in Bali, and that's like, there's like hippies there, and Buddhism, and vegans, and vegetarian, and they even had vegan gelato. And it was so nice. It was so nice. But the people there, the mindset there, in that area at least, is different. So there's competition. So, they make really good, like, vegan food and vegetarian as well. And then, so what else did we have? So he had, it was like a Philly cheesesteak, I guess. But it was made with seitan. Oh, that was so good. And the cheese tasted so real. It was so good. And so we had that. That was at Kimsit. Then we went to another one, I can't remember the name of it, and it was completely raw. It was raw. That place was vegetarian vegan. Then they had, and then he also, I forgot to tell you, when we went back, he had a pasta, like there's the pasta, and then all it was noodles and tomato sauce. You didn't get no cheese, you didn't get no meat, you didn't get no fake meat, nothing. It was just tomato sauce and pasta. And you would think, No, that was like one of the best pasta dishes we both ever had. It was so rich, and it was crazy because it was like hearty. And so that's really good at Kimsit, and that was the second time we went, because the first time we had the skewers, forgot what he had. And I just ate the appetizer because it was actually cheaper. And then the second time we ate the appetizer, which was the wine, whatever, mushrooms, and then he had the Philly cheesesteak. And then we also had a dessert, and that wasn't that good. It was like one of those cheesecakes made with cashews, which I used to be raw vegan, so, but it was not that good. We went to a raw vegan place. Everything was okay, but I had a soup, tom kha soup, I think it is, with coconut. That soup was it was completely raw and vegan. So, yeah. And then after that, I was blown away. And the crazy thing is, my roommate, he was like, the whole time we were in Bali, I didn't eat no meat. And I was like, did you miss it? And I didn't think he would have missed it, but he was like, I kind of, missed the meat. Because then from there, we went from, so this is what we did. We went, that's what I was saying earlier, my mind goes too fast or too slow. We went Texas to China to the Philippines to get there. I'm going to go that route. We didn't stay long in China. Obviously, it was like just to get there. Then we went from the Philippines to Bali. We did all that. We stayed at the Monkey Forest, or went to the Monkey Forest. We stayed on Monkey Forest Road. And the only thing is we didn't go to the beach, and I heard Bali beaches are just, they're good for surfing, but not for swimming. But I love Bali because the vegan, the vegetarian culture, the vegan gelato, a little bit pricey, but they were all over. Like as you walked up, the road, there's like boutiques and shops and restaurants, and it's like maybe every 5 little boutique shop, there's like a gelato. It's just right there. And it's not in the street, but it's just like right there. And you just flag someone down, they'll come to it and scoop it out for you, which was so convenient and amazing. We also stayed in a bungalow, and we paid $22 a night. And we had a pool like right there. And there was hardly anyone ever in the pool. And it was an infinity pool. It was a small pool, but it was nice. I actually have videos, because I have another channel, which I don't do anymore. I just do it personally. So I took videos of that in case you're interested or whatever. Maybe I'll try to do that or whatever. So, because they're there, but they're private right now. So then, what else? So we were in Bali. It was absolutely amazing. It was the culture, everything. Buddha statues everywhere. Hindu statues. Just beautiful flowers. It was tropical. It was extremely humid, though. That's one thing I didn't like about. I didn't like the mosquitoes, and I like the humidity. I mean, not everything's perfect in life, right? I'm seeing all the positive things, but that's one thing. It was ridiculously humid. I mean, insane. And mosquitoes. But, even with that, I still loved it. I would still go back. Because there's so much eye candy. Like, you're sitting there sweating your balls off, okay? And you would be miserable doing that. But everywhere you look is so much beauty that it, like, you see it and it pulls you in. So you don't even notice. I mean, I did notice I was sweating and hot, but I didn't want to go back in the room or whatever. You know, I did get a little bit ill, though, when he went one day without me. With the sponsor or whatever that you call it. Like, the guy that's letting us stay there, he, like, gave us a good deal to take us around. And so, one day he went up in the mountains or whatever. He said it was really cool. It wasn't hot at all. But I kind of wish I would have went with them, but I wasn't feeling good that day. I think I overdid it, you know, with... Oh, and then the rice fields. I got on a swing, and I recorded it, too, with my GoPro, and you could actually see me swing it. Oh, that was so cool. So then after that, to go back to the Philippines, we went through Singapore. Why not? And I think we stayed, like, four nights, I think, or 3 nights in Singapore. It's funny because we stayed in the area that's like a red light district or whatever. It's basically prostitution, because Singapore ain't cheap, and we try to find like a cheap hotel. Well, let me tell you about a hotel. So we didn't realize that, but that hotel is basically cheap because people only use it for a couple of hours, if you know what I'm saying, for, you know what. Yeah. But talk about small. I love small spaces. I'm not the type of person that would love to live in a tiny house. This was insanely small. Like, cramped small. They were kind of cute, and the beds were extremely hard. And even though we got it cheaper, it was still expensive. And so in that area, we walked down, went around, and there was an Indian restaurant, like, right there. And I kid you not, I ate there every single day. I had the best dosa. If you've never had a dosa before, sometimes they make it, like, not vegetarian or whatever, but most of the time it's vegan. And this one was. But it's Indian food, and it's called a dosa. And it's like a pancake, and it's fermented with dal and rice and different things, because each one, they make different versions of it, right? And then they put masala dosa, which is like potatoes, which is weird because in Hindi, in the Indian language, potatoes is aloo. Potato is aloo, but it's actually called a masala dosa, but it has potatoes in it. And an Indian person told me what it meant one time, why they do that, but I forgot. But we ate there like every single day. I couldn't get enough of that. It was like the best dosa I've ever had in my life. They had the coconut chutney, the peanut chutney, the green cilantro and mint chutney, the soup, which I forget the name of the soup now. Sambar soup. So good. So then when we left So we were in Singapore. Singapore, it's okay, but I didn't like Singapore because it seemed very modern and cold and didn't have a lot of warmth and culture. You know, you ever go to someone's house and it's just like homey and kind of warm with, and the carpet and the fuzzy, warm, comforting feeling. And then you go to a really modern place and it's just like, which I love modern, but it's just like really cold and it's not comforting and homey. That's my impression of Singapore, and my roommate agrees. And even the people that I talked to that live there were like, yeah. We did go to Gardens by the Bay, which was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 stories. I don't know how much. It was high. It wraps around. It's like a, what's it called? A greenhouse with like glass. And it's huge and it goes up. And you go around and you go up higher and higher and higher. And you go through like all these, it's like going through a forest. But there's different plants on different levels from like throughout the world. And as you go up, it gets more like, not humid, but the plants up on top need more moisture or whatever. And so, I think they call it cloud forest. There's not actually no clouds up there. Like, you don't see it, but it doesn't go that high to create clouds. But there's a huge, like, waterfall. I think there's more. There's one huge waterfall that there's like 2 or 3 small ones that kind of at different level. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Then there's another one by it, and we didn't go in there. I kind of want to go in there. That was more like desert and other different plants. I love plants. I could be staring at plants like all day long. My roommate's not into plants. He doesn't care. And then we saw the show, Gardens by the Bay in Singapore, the show. Was it like a light show? And normally my roommate wants to do things to spend extra money, and I'm kind of, like, we shouldn't do that. I don't want to pay that extra money. Well, this time around, there's like these man-made trees, and there's like a catwalk that goes above it. And I was like, I really think we should go up there. And he was just like, you think it's worth the money just to go up there? I was like, I don't know. I think the view is going to be amazing. Wow, we're glad we did that. Best pictures, best view, best angles, everything. And you can see that in the distance, that big hotel that looks like there's a boat or a ship on top. We were going to go up in there. Actually, what it is there's like, the Gardens by the Bay, there's like this big hotel, and it looks like there's a ship on top, and they have an infinity pool on top of that. I've always wanted to go up there and go in that pool. Well, to go in the pool, you have to be staying at the hotel. And it's like, I think it's like almost $400 a night. We already paid for our hotel. We already paid good money for that one. So we didn't go. I mean, yeah, I could have probably put on a credit card, but really $400 just to go in a pool because you said you did it. So my roommate's like, well, let's just go up there anyway. We just don't go in the pool. They wanted to charge us, I think it was like $35 or $40 or $39.95 or something like that. Probably about $40 just to go up there. But they did also give you a drink voucher, I think, for so much money off your drink. But then someone said, like, well, you're not going to get a drink with that voucher because their drinks are insanely expensive up there. So you're going to have to pay more money to add on to that. So to my roommate, is it really worth it? So we didn't do that. I kind of wish we would have, but, and so, what else do we do in Singapore? They have a huge mall there. Well, actually 2 huge malls. The mall that Gardens by the Bay, it's in that hotel building or whatever I'm talking about, right? Huge mall. We didn't like it. Very cold, and modern, and just all expensive. Like, like a place we can buy, like, a $20,000 purse or something. All high-end shops. Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, all that, and even stuff that's even more expensive than that. Okay, like you're not gonna see no JCPenney, Dillard's, or whatever in these stores. Like they're just all ultra high-end. So I wasn't too crazy about that. It seemed just kind of cold and harsh and modern and whatever. Some people were a little bit stuck up in there, but not too bad. What else? Huge food court in there. Then we went to Sentosa Island. And on the way back, there's a huge mall there that we didn't even know about. And that's when we kind of got into a big argument. And I was kind of sad. I didn't even get to see most of that mall because of the argument we got into. But that mall is huge, and that food court in that mall. If you ever go to Sentosa Island and there's a cable car, as soon as you get off, or right before you get on, so it's not on Sentosa Island. It's on the mainland right before you get on the cable car to go to Sentosa Island. The mall is nice, and the food court. I've never seen food. I mean, it just goes on, and it wraps around, and it goes this way, and it comes over here, and then it expands out this way, and it comes over here, and then comes out this way, and then goes down this way, and expands out here, and I'm like walking through, and I'm like, is this ever gonna end? Like, this is nicer than Vegas, and I've been to Vegas before. It blew me away. And decorated so neat. So, it's like they have cobblestone. This one area had like cobblestone. It's like you're going through like an Asian market. They have like little food carts with the lights and the dragons, and it was just so amazing. So we did that in Singapore. I'm trying to think, what did we do on Sentosa Island? We went to Sentosa Island. The beach was horrible. It was crap. The water was dirty. Ugh. My roommate warned me though. He's like, you ain't gonna like it. Because the Philippines have the best beaches, or one of the top favorite beaches, you know. Bora Bora. Where's that other place? The Maldives, the Philippines. He was right. That was not good at all there. It's more like a tourist trap / touristy area, Sentosa Island. Overall, though, we weren't too crazy about Singapore. And so then, after we was in Singapore, then we got on the flight to go back home. And so when we went back home, his mom was like, you two should go to one of the beaches, the islands, because his family lives in Manila. And Manila don't have a nice beach. It's like city central. The whole island is like very metropolis. A lot of smog. Horrible traffic. Horrible. And so, but very nice people. The Filipino people are so nice. And so, I wasn't too crazy about the food, that we went to the mall and it was just like, I don't know. I don't like it. But if you ever do go to the Philippines, ube ice cream is absolutely amazing. The flan is amazing. And speaking of food, when we were coming home, there was a pandan cake. But I don't know if it was vegan or not. Sorry, I make mistakes. But, just like with the ube ice cream, I never said I was 100% vegan, and we all have our mix-ups in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to be plant-based, but kill me if I every once in a while, I'm sorry. I never said I'm vegan. So, now I got that out of the way. I hope I don't get a lot of haters. Because I have to make it really strong on this channel. I've never said I am vegan. I do not never, ever, ever eat dairy. Okay? So, and when I'm on vacation, but yeah, so now that I got that out of the way, the ube ice cream, I'm sure you can get it vegan, but I couldn't find it vegan. And I was tempted, so, whatever. What else was I going to say? Oh, so when I was in Singapore, I couldn't even read the writing anyway. And so I'm sure it probably had eggs in the cake. But anyway, I tried a sample of that, and I was just blown away, of the pandan cake. And that was in the airport coming back. So, what else? So then we came back, and so his mom, me, and him went to, was it Puka Beach? We went to Boracay. We went to Boracay Beach. We went to Boracay Beach, and then we went and made another small destination to Puka Beach. In Puka Beach, correct me if I'm wrong, there's like, instead of there being sand, I think there's seashells. I get so confused because we went to so many places. Now let me think. We went to, was in the Philippines, and him and his mom, we went to Boracay. We stayed there for a while. That was really, really nice. A little bit pricey. some of the restaurants and stuff there, and they did have some vegan options, but not a lot. But they had enough. But they were expensive. And we drove around in a tuk-tuk. That was really interesting. And we like drove all over in potholes, and oh wow, that was just like, whoo, this is adventurous. And then we went to Puka Beach. And I think that's the beach that had the seashells, if I'm not mistaken. But it was beautiful, though. I had the water, and it was like, it wasn't a cave, but it kind of like went in, kind of like a cave. And, oh, it was just, it was amazing. And then we went back home to his parents' house. And then we came back. So we were on a lot of flights. I mean, we were like, so I think we were on 10 or 11, 12 flights, like on the vacation. That's what cost a lot of money, because we went from Texas to China, China to the Philippines to Bali, Bali to Singapore, Singapore back to the Philippines island where his parents live, which is not, it's not very tropical. It's okay. It's more city, which is the island of Manila. We went from there on to the island of Boracay. Then from Boracay to Puka Beach on a small boat. So I'm not going to put a finger up for that because that's not a flight. Then back to the Philippines, the main island that his family stays in. Then from Philippines back to China. And then from China back to Texas. But I have to 2 more fingers up because we didn't go from, so that's 9, but we didn't go from Texas to we had to go to another airport in Texas because I live in a small town. So between 9 and 12 flights we went on. That's a lot of flights. And so it was interesting. It was interesting, but the whole thing is Bali has amazing vegan and vegetarian, if you're not completely vegan or whatever, if you're just looking into it, food, like a lot. And it's just like this is, I don't think it's made in America. It says distributed in New York, but like I said, they make a vegan steak. I think they're from the UK. Anyway, that's my point in the whole thing. And then I guess I got off into a tangent on all the places that we went. So, yeah. So, forgive me for not being 110% vegan, plant-based 24/7. But we all have our downfalls. And I was on vacation. And where am I going to experience that again, you know? So, you know, when I ate the cake, I wasn't even thinking if it had eggs or not. Because the sample was there, and I was really hungry and... Anyway. But yeah, what else? I'm trying to think what else happened there through the whole trip. It was a really fun trip, though. But, yeah, it was a little bit pricey because I had to keep going on and off airplanes. But, you know, it was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Like, when am I ever going to be able to do that again? And my food's gotten cold. So... please comment, like, subscribe. Don't hate me because I ate an egg or some dairy. I'm sorry. I apologize if you think I was 100% vegan. I do vegan reviews, but I never stated I am vegan. I will never, ever, ever eat dairy or eggs every once in a blue moon. So, but yeah, I hope you liked the review. Thank you for staying for the video, and I hope you have an awesome day. And I'm also, people on the comments keep saying that I should get a Patreon. I'm still working on that, but I can't afford a computer right now because I need to get my car fixed, and there's a big, you know, the windshield has like a cut. What is it? It's broken there, and it goes up there, and it comes around, and it goes straight up that way and stops where the mirror is, and then goes that way, and that where it looks like it's gonna come out because there's like a little hole right there or something. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so I'm gonna try my best to put something below the video if you want to help support this channel financially, and I'm gonna use the money to buy more food. So I hope you have an awesome day. Stay safe and try to travel if you can. All right. All right. Bye bye.